So, welcome everybody for tonight's lecture, and we will talk about Ayurveda. But then maybe you sit there and you translate. And I. Yes. We can save 50% of the time. Welcome to tonight's lecture on Ayurveda and application of Ayurveda in medical practice. It's a great joy for me to talk to you about this topic because it's been one of my main topics in my life for the last 25-30 years. And I have had the great joy of adopting Ayurveda in my family practice and using it with great success for the well-being of my patients. My practice is in Ried-im-Innkreis in Upper Austria, and we have about 20 people working in my practice. We are 2 doctors and Ayurvedic technicians and office, and we also have a stock of Ayurvedic products that is sent from our office to different places in Austria. Why, as a doctor or as somebody who's practicing modern medicine, could we think that something else than modern medicine could be necessary today? Now, we know that modern medicine is very successful in many regards, but there's also some shortcomings in modern medicine. Many doctors feel great pressure of new developments, and though being a doctor is still a profession of very high esteem in the general public, the tendency is not rising, but it's more towards falling. Doctors themselves judge their profession less positive than others do because they have a lot of stress, they feel pressure from technological development, from rising patient demand, from financial pressure from health insurance companies, and also they have to be aware of health expenses and increasing cost of living and many new developments in modern medicine they have to take care of. Now, this is something that creates pressure on the doctor, but this is not the only thing where there may be interest in other aspects of medicine. What we see when we see our health system is that we do not have a health system, but it's actually a disease administration system. When you ask a doctor what did you learn about health in your medical school, the answer will be very short, because there's nothing about health. In studying medicine, it's all about disease. And you know from your own experience in life, whatever you put your attention, this will grow. This is very natural. When you put your attention on selling something, the sales will grow. If you put your attention on your garden will be more beautiful. And if doctors put all their attention on disease, diseases will grow. There will be more and more diseases, and treating them will be more and more expensive. And this is the problem of our time. So our health administration system aims at reducing diseases. So if you feel like -5, our disease administration system tries to bring you back to -1 or possibly to 0. But it's nothing about health and vitality. There's nobody who teaches you how to come from 0 to +10, how to be the best of what you could be or should be. And this is the biggest lack of medicine, and this is something where other systems of traditional medicine have a very big knowledge about. Now, doctors, as I said already, have a high social status, their income is above average, it's an academic challenge to be a doctor, and also there's lots of interesting professional activities. But there's also impediments to being a doctor. Among doctors, there's a very high job dissatisfaction, very high rate of suicides among the average population. There's a very high percentage of burnout syndromes, so many doctors are depressed in their lives. And also there's quite a dramatic loss of income as compared to many years ago, especially in the Western European countries. Now, there's different perspectives, as I told you, and one different perspective comes from the Vedas. The Vedas are the very old texts and scriptures of ancient India, and they deal with what they call the reality of life. And the Vedas call a doctor, they have two names for doctors. One is Vaidya, which means the one who knows, the knower, and the other one is Pishak, which means the healer. So a doctor has to be a knower of reality, a knower of total life, and he has to have healing power. And this is something that also is quite different from what doctors radiate today. Now, Ayurveda is part of the Vedas, and this word of Ayurveda consists of two word roots. Word root Ayu means life, but it means basically lifespan, and it means vitality. So and Veda means knowledge or science or systematic knowledge. So Ayurveda is the systematic knowledge of lifespan, it's the systematic knowledge of vitality. And Ayurveda does not only have a perspective on disease, Ayurveda also has a very interesting